Jimmy, you're number one.
Well, Jimmy is number one.
He is number one.
And I mean, we did have a new episode of We Are Family. I was not expecting that one to come up so quickly. Mm-hmm. But yeah, no.
And he made the, what was it, like the trade paper or whatever? That article with you guys?
Oh, yeah, I made the trade paper at work.
Yeah.
Newsletter.
There you go. See, look, that's why Jimmy's number one.
I even gave away autographs.
He
at
did.
Work.
Yeah, we
I
have.
got 2
Mike,
autographs.
you're going to give that finger for number one no matter what, aren't you?
I could use. I can't get in trouble for it. Ha
You can use your other hand.
I'm right-handed. We have a bona fide celebrity in the house. He handed out his first autograph.
2.
2 autographs, people.
There you go.
But does family members really count, though?
No, they weren't family. It was at work, y'all.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Dragoon's Lair podcast. I am the Blue Dragoon himself, Daniel the Dragon, and with me once again is King Hamster Pellet himself, Mike Schiavo.
What is shaking, people?
And the incomparable James Haynes.
The family man.
The family man, that's his name.
Yeah, the family
man.
Well, this is a family affair, apparently.
Obviously, it is now.
No, we want to thank Pauline for being here for the last episode.
Yes.
Got a lot of great compliments for her being on the show.
Yes.
You know.
And before we get going, I'd like to apologize for me splitting so quickly. Something happened at home. I had to take off. Couldn't do it. So I apologize for splitting as fast as I did. I'm sure you guys had plenty of fun at my expense.
Yes, we did.
In stereo.
Oh, absolutely. You know,
Yeah.
we had to take full advantage of the fact that
I wasn't here.
You just up and left the show.
We
knew it was an emergency.
Something happened, yes.
Everything's okay, though?
Everything is okay. What happened was my 2 dogs decided to go after one another. Lynn got into the middle. She was trying to break them apart. One of them turned around and tried to get my other dog. Unfortunately, Lynn's hand was in the way.
Yeah.
She got bit on her middle finger. No stitches, but, you know.
She's got all her fingers, guys.
She has all the fingers. I don't. But, yeah, you know, she's doing good. You know, it was cut up. It was not deep enough for stitches, but deep enough we had to go to urgent care. So she's all better now. Thank you.
Oh, that's good. So now I do want to start off on an interesting little topic because I want to find out what you guys think. This is off the cuff. We didn't plan for this one, but Disney released their slate of about 6 movies that they're planning to release from this year into like 2027. Mm-hmm. Now, what are your feelings on the movies they announced? And this is the list. Frozen 3, Zootopia 2, Moana 2, Toy Story 5, Inside Out 2, and The Mandalorian and Grogu.
As a film? Or?
As a film.
Mandalorian and Grogu, yes. The other ones, you know, we're not really their demographic for that one, so.
Well,
but, I mean, Toy Story 5, is that like a reboot? Because isn't the last one like Andy goes to college or gets married or something?
I think that was number 3 or 4. I don't even know.
And I haven't even watched it.
I stopped after 3.
Yeah, 3 was the one with the purple bear. That like
Yeah.
that even made me upset. I was like, wow, this is like really dark.
Yeah, so that one was pretty dark. Moana 2, I have issues with because they basically are cheating the animators and the writers and everyone creative behind it because it was supposed to be a series.
Really?
And they've now decided that they're going to take the series and say, okay, we're going to make a movie because they didn't have The Rock. They didn't have, I don't know the actress who played Moana, but now they're in talks with them to come back to reprise their parts. So you're taking what was a series and turning it into a movie. Now, I'd never watched Zootopia 1 to begin with.
I watched it at work. It's a cute little film. I mean, I wasn't really paying attention to it.
Yeah.
It had you know, cute little one-liners and like, you know, moments in it, and a couple of them, you know, kind of like Animaniacs where like they said something and the kids got a cheap laugh out of it, but the adults were like, did you really just do that?
Yeah. It seemed like it was one for the furries.
That too.
So it wasn't something I was feeling.
Again, we're not really the demographic for that. The only one I'm really interested in is
The Mandalorian and Grogu.
Well, I like Inside Out too.
Yeah, Inside
because that's
Out
coming
was
out this year.
Inside Out was actually really cute. I
was.
like that one.
Yeah.
But I thought they made a sequel to that already.
No,
No.
it's coming
That
out
was-
this year.
Yeah.
Was it like a TV show or something?
No.
No.
I could have sworn.
They were a bunch of little shorts,
Yes,
I
okay.
think, that
That's-
for the different emotions.
Okay, that's what I'm thinking.
So now this is a whole new set of emotions coming into play.
As long as they get the same, like, new emotions or new story.
New emotions because
New
she's hitting
emotions
adolescence.
because now she's hitting puberty.
Oh.
So,
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
boy.
what it is.
and I think the main one that they show in the trailer is anxiety.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
And we all knew the Frozen 3 cash grab was coming no matter what.
Yeah.
There wasn't much we were going to be able to do about that one.
Yeah, please let it go.
Please let it go.
Although everybody was, I like when
We don't care if you go into the unknown.
yeah, just
Let
go.
it go.
Yeah.
I like when the trailer for Ghostbusters Frozen Empire dropped and you just saw the outline of the big bad, and everybody's like, "Look, it's Elsa. She's pissed off."
Yeah. Now, we did have news from Marvel that did drop, and there was the cast for the Fantastic Four.
Yes.
So now it's officially been released.
Pedro
so we
Pascal.
know Pedro Pascal is playing Mr. Fantastic. What else? Vanessa Kirby is playing Susan Storm.
And she did that cameo in Captain America, right? Where she ended up.
no, I don't actually.
No. I'm sorry. I'm thinking of somebody else. Vanessa Kirby. I believe she was in.
I think you were thinking of like Ashley Johnson from because she played the waitress in Avengers.
No.
Well,
Anyway.
She was in The Crown.
okay.
Yeah.
So,
She was Princess Di in The Crown.
all right, and then
No, excuse me, Princess Margaret.
but we have Joseph Quinn is going to be playing Johnny Storm,
Yep.
which Stranger Things fans
Eddie,
have got to be
yep.
happy. Eddie's going to be now the Human Torch,
Which is fine. I have no problem with that.
and Ebon Moss
As the thing.
Bacharach.
Bacharach.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm butchering the name, but he's going to be playing Ben Grimm, the Thing, and it looks like it'll be taking place like kind of in the 50s or 60s. So,
Interesting.
I mean, from the picture that they released,
Yeah.
I'm like, if they keep it in that mode, I think it'll be good. But it's a matter of figuring out how to make them fit in the overall universe. And I kind of feel like if they're going to be before anything or an alternate, like a
Alternate
different
universe.
one of the multiverses, it really should be a standalone.
Yeah.
Yes, if they're doing it like before everything, it should be a standalone. Knowing Disney and Marvel, they'll probably work it in somehow. Just getting back to the cast for a second, it's kind of I enjoyed that the only like real like big name that pops out at you right off the bat is Pedro Pascal. And I'm like, okay, because I had to look up when I saw the list, I had to look up everybody else just because like the names wasn't.
Joseph Quinn was one I didn't have to
Yeah.
look up because with the popularity of his character on Stranger Things.
Right, like you would know the face, but like you might not exactly know the name.
Oh no, I knew the name because of all the videos of him learning to play.
Yeah, Master of Puppets.
Yep.
But just saying a cast like that, like some of them you have to say, oh, cool. Like you might not know all of them.
Yeah, I didn't know
So I don't think you get like not really getting your expectations up, but it's like, okay, let's see what these guys can do.
Yeah, 'cause
And
I
let's
didn't-
give them a chance.
I didn't watch The Bear, so
I didn't watch The Bear either.
I don't know who this guy is playing the Thing, but
He was in The
Yeah.
Girls. He was in a few other things I just seen.
a bunch of things I've probably
Yeah.
never seen.
Yeah.
And that's the thing when it comes to Hollywood and actors. There are so many of them from TV and movies that you may never have heard of, and now they're getting like an opportunity.
But the thing with the thing is, if you have like the right voice to it, because again, he's going to be CG. So if you can pull off the voice of the Thing, he only needs to be human for a little while.
I really hope that they kind of stick with more practical effects.
Like Michael Chiklis. at
Michael
least.
Chiklis, or even the older one before that, the Roger Corman
Yeah,
Fantastic
yes.
Four, because outside, like the entire movie was terrible.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But
That's what made it great.
it made it great because it was so bad.
And it
But
was Corman.
the
Right.
only thing that was, and it was never released. It was a leak
Yeah,
that people got, but it was all a cash grab to keep the rights.
Right.
The thing was, when it came to the thing itself, the only issue I had was they didn't bother to put orange paint over his eyelids.
Yeah.
Because when he would blink, you would see the flesh-colored eyelids, and I'm just like, that was their only mistake. But Michael Chiklis, his portrayal of the thing, the costume looked amazing, him in the suit. So, I mean, I know like CG's gotten better, but Fan 4 Stick was a sign that do not do this. It's bad. You know, you want to enhance it, have him in the suit or whatever, but you cannot go and just think that they're going to have too much of a hard time when it comes to it. I mean, let's face it, the CG and artists are supposedly trying to unionize because of the shitty treatment that they've gotten. I mean, let's face it, even during She-Hulk, they were still doing the CG animation and rendering and everything until the last minute before it was being aired, which is a huge problem. That's why most people are probably thinking it's like, hey, the effects don't look good because you're not done. You're giving incomplete
work.
thing. Yeah, it's like, give us something that's actually finished. Although, now, I don't know if you guys did watch Madam Web, but I saw it this week.
I didn't.
You saw it or no?
No, but
I heard
the way you're doing it sounds like you
horrible.
might as well play taps.
Yeah, pretty much. I have to give an honest opinion on this one. And, you know, I've heard a lot of people saying that Madam Web is the worst movie ever.
And are they wrong?
They're partially wrong.
Okay.
It's not the worst movie, but it's not a good movie either.
Okay, what was some of the good parts about the movie?
I mean, I will say, like, the interaction between the girls was actually pretty good, and that was about it.
Okay, we know we have Spider-Woman in the black and white suit.
For not as long as you would think.
Really?
It's now I'm going to give spoilers away because I don't think anyone
Sure,
even
why the
cares.
fuck not?
Everyone who cares about this movie has
Doug,
probably already
shut
seen
off
it.
your
Anyway, keep
Like,
going.
yeah, Doug, if you want to skip ahead, at least jump ahead 5 minutes or less. But no, like, seriously, the villain was in a Spider-Man costume, like, but it was like kind of like a dark Spider-Man costume.
It looked like
but
a Miles Morales
but
costume.
his eyes weren't covered, so you could still see the eyes. There was nothing like covering them. He was basically like cardboard. The entire premise is, okay, he has an ability to see kind of into the future. So he's trying to change his future because the Spider-Woman, Spider-Girl, and Spider-Woman, yep, there's two different Spider-Women in this. They're in his dream that they're trying to kill him, and they're going to kill him. So literally the shittiest line, he wakes up while he's sleeping with this woman and tells her, it's like, they're gonna kill me. I'm gonna die. It's like, I'm gonna be murdered. You're telling someone you're gonna be murdered in the future. It's like, are you fucking kidding me? I have to say, Dakota Johnson, I feel bad for her because I think she kind of was like, hey, this is basically like what happened to Ryan Reynolds with Green Lantern. Because from what my understanding of the script was, the Spider-Women were supposed to try to protect Mary Parker and make sure she's able to give birth to Peter Parker. But that's actually become a side story.
So this takes place before Spider-Man's birth?
Yes.
Okay.
Because Mary Parker is in this. So Spider-Man's mom is in it, and so is Ben Parker.
Okay.
So Uncle Ben is in it, and great casting for Uncle Ben.
Who did they cast?
What's his name? I hate when I do this.
Great casting. Who did they cast that?
No, you know what it is? Because it was so, like, he became a background character.
Yeah, okay.
It really was, and because you figure Mary Parker is being played
Adam Scott,
and the casting for Mary Parker,
Emma Roberts.
You would have thought those two would have had a bigger part in this movie, and no, they really didn't. Dakota Johnson, it feels like she was...
They Green Lanterned her.
Yeah.
They gave her one script, and then they shot another.
No, they went back and changed it because it was supposed to be teased that it was in the same universe as Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man, which was supposed to be in the same universe as Venom. And unfortunately, it seems like Morbius, who the fuck knows?
That up.
So, Morbius is a worse movie than this.
So this is better than Morbius.
Because it's unintentionally funny.
Morbius?
No,
This.
Madam Web. Madam Web is unintentionally funny.
Okay.
I feel so bad for the actors involved in this because it really feels like Dakota Johnson wants to come out and like, I'm the next Ryan Reynolds. This is what Sony did to me, rather than what Warner Brothers did to Ryan Reynolds.
Maybe they'll team up in Deadpool 4.
We were all talking
know what?
about that at the comic book store.
And that would be something.
What comic book store?
Midtown.
Yes,
And-
he spends time off the island.
I'm like, comic book store. What
It's either there or I go to JHU. But one of the guys, we talked about this and how horrible it was. But we were also talking about like what rights and everything else. Because Sony... Everybody wishes Sony would give up the rights to Spider-Man. They're like, no, this is a cash cow for
It's
us.
all they have is
all they got
Spider-Man.
left.
That's
Yeah.
all.
And the thing is, though, when you look at this movie, you can tell it wanted to be something more and it wanted to be better. And it didn't hit the mark. They made too many changes after the fact. Adam Scott playing Uncle Ben would have been so good because they kind of hint he started dating somebody, but they're not saying who. So it's like, okay, which Aunt May is it? Oh, Richard Parker's gone away someplace, so he's not there. So you have a mention of Richard Parker, but you don't know who he would be played by. So we don't know. It really felt like it was supposed to be the Andrew Garfield, and it was more made for like the 90s. Okay. Instead, they set it in like 2003. So it could kind of be closer to Tom Holland, but at the same time, not really. And it's like, oh, separate universe. We're just gonna say separate universe.
I feel that's their cop out to everything. Oh, it's in a separate universe. Why?
Well, Venom was a separate universe, and I had to keep telling myself that during the first movie because it's like, where's Spider-Man in all of this? Because you can't. I feel like having Venom without Spider-Man is a huge mistake.
Yeah, I mean, although they kind of, if you watched the Spider-Man cartoon in the 90s. The way they brought the symbiote in is the same way they did it in the movie, where it came from
outer space.
Outer space.
Well, yeah, that was a great compromise for not doing it during Secret War, which technically they can if they were to put Tom Holland into Secret War and have him get the costume that way. Mm-hmm. In all honesty, I feel like they should Sony should hand over the rights to Spider-Man and let them keep Miles Morales. It's like
Let them keep the animation.
Yeah, it's like let them do the animation, but pass over all these characters because I have zero faith in Kraven. Yeah. It's like we've got Kraven coming out this year, and it's going to be another one of these movies that's going to feel like a late 90s superhero movie.
Right, I got bit by a lion. Its blood got into me. Now I have lion powers.
Yeah, which doesn't make any sense whatsoever.
I mean, from what I've seen of the Kraven trailer, it seems like there are a few good one-liners in there, but that's about it.
Well, that's the thing. The actor playing him, what is that?
He was Quicksilver.
Yeah, he was Quicksilver. He was Kick-Ass. He's got talent.
He does. Not knocking his talent, but if you put a good actor in a bad script, you're not going to get material. And
this is basically really bad material.
This is like, okay, I'm going to give it my best shot. Like, I'm sure he's not intentionally trying to tank the film. He's going to give it his best shot.
That's Sony. Sony is intentionally trying to tank the film.
Yeah, but I'm sure when he's giving his performance, he's not going to try I'm going to fuck this up.
Yeah.
He's probably giving it his best shot.
Yeah. Madam Web had potential. I was actually excited about the movie, And I knew the studio had no faith when I saw February.
Yeah.
When movies are coming out in January, they're still trying to ride a little bit
Of the Christmas high?
On the Christmas high, but also for any kind of nomination buzz.
Yeah.
When you get into February,
It's like, okay, we're done.
we have the studio has zero faith.
Yeah, it's the shortest month of the year.
Which I heard someone on TikTok, I forget which one person said it, but they were trying to say like basically like I wish that this movie would have been done by Warner Brothers, so it would have been shelved as a tax write-off.
Yep.
The movie has moments that actually are like you can laugh at them because they're so stupid.
Mm-hmm.
It almost falls into the category of so bad it's good. Almost. I enjoy it. I enjoyed it because I'm one of those people that I enjoy like the lower budget, seeing how they do certain things.
Mm-hmm.
But this story falls flat.
Now, what is the story of Madam Web? Because I couldn't really get much from the trailer.
The basics of the story are Dakota Johnson's playing Madam Web, who she starts off as an EMT. Mm-hmm. Her mother was researching like spiders for some reason, and mother gets shot by the villain. And then it's like she ends up coming up and the mother gets bit by some kind of weird spider for the spider people in, I think, like Brazil or something. So like they're off in like the jungle. She ends up becoming an EMT, and her partner is Ben Parker. So it's nice to know Uncle Ben was an EMT this time around.
There you go.
But otherwise, it's like she has a near-death experience where she kind of dies. Mm-hmm. She's brought back to life, and she's able to see the future, but she has no control over it. So she's seeing things happening, and then it's like she goes back in
normal time.
But then you're seeing it again.
Right.
So it's like she's experienced it one way, she goes into it, changing it, but you're getting that same thing, the cuts, the edits. I swear, it was almost as bad cut-wise, but it may have actually been worse than the first Suicide Squad.
Wow.
And I hate the first Suicide Squad. The only good thing about the first Suicide Squad movie was Margot Robbie.
Yeah, she was a saving grace. Everybody else kind of... I liked, what's his name?
Smith.
Nope.
No, Deadshot, no.
No, Captain Boomerang. I liked him as... I was a little upset when he died in the second one. I'm like, the fuck, dude? Well, was like one of the saving graces of that film.
James Gunn put it out there when he did the poster for his Suicide Squad movie. All these actors' names, and some of them were getting crossed off. A good chunk of them were crossed off.
Yeah.
So it was like, not everyone's going to make it. So,
although after the second Suicide Squad, Stallone said he only wants to do shark movies now. He only wants to voice shark films now.
I could see that.
Gunn will bring him back for something.
King Shark is a shark.
Yeah.
You know what, though?
No.
I'm fine with that, but I prefer the voice from the Harley Quinn animated series. Now, let's move on to one of our main topics, because Jimmy and I both saw the Percy Jackson series, and we wanted to marinate on it. Now, did you see it?
I've seen bits and pieces of it. I can go. I can chime in. Go.
All right. Now, Jimmy, what were your initial thoughts?
First off, I liked it. I'll give it at least an 8 out of 10. It expanded from the original movie, which is great, and everything, including the ending, 2 different endings in comparison with somebody's head, we shall say. And that was cute. Bringing in Ares in this one compared to not having him in the first one. Having Hermes there, having more characters, develop this more, and because they had a lot of room. It's like they had a lot of play money in a way to, okay, we're gonna do that. We're gonna do the book. Let's expand on it and make it work.
I felt like they didn't expand on the book so much as it was a rewrite of the book, because there were things that happened out of sequence. There were certain things that didn't get brought up just yet, and I know that they did get greenlit for a second season.
Oh, yeah, good.
So it should be something that's very interesting. The young cast was really good. Now, I did like I actually will say I did like the actors from the movie, but I do think that like aging them down was the better way to go and make them actually fit more of the age range that they were in the books. They did keep the casting great. I like the fact that Lin Manuel Miranda was playing Hermes. Like that to me was great. You know, I wish they would have expanded more on some of the other gods that were there.
Adam Copeland as the God of War.
Yeah,
Ares.
yeah. Seeing former wrestler Edge,
Nice.
Adam Copeland
He
playing.
still wrestles.
Yeah.
Yes, but it's not the same as it was before. He's not Edge.
He's not Edge, but he still has it.
Yeah.
The man can still go.
Yes. Oh no, he can still go, but you know, it's hard not referring to him as Edge.
And a few times they've actually screwed up and called him Edge.
Yeah.
And they're like, Edge, oh, sorry, I can't do that. They actually said that, like, we call him Edge, and they were like, you can't do that, Taz. He's not that person anymore on air. And he was like, I digress.
Yeah, but that's the thing, you know, we're seeing so much of the stuff that he's doing now, and he's become a good actor.
Yes.
So, I mean, he's come a long way.
From Highlander.
Yeah.
Besides Highlander, didn't he?
No, he was.
He was in Highlander.
Oh, I remember
Yeah.
him in Highlander.
The End Game.
Yep.
Oh God.
No,
No,
was it
not even Endgame.
Yeah,
No, no.
He was in Highlander Endgame.
It was Endgame, because then there was another one that was more
Yeah.
towards the Source, which we don't want to discuss that one at all. But no, the gods of Olympus, the way they did stuff.
That's right, because 2 was the quickening.
Yeah.
The Quickening.
The Quickening, and then there was the
Fuckening.
Final Dimension was number 3.
Yes, which was basically a remake of 1.
Yeah, which
Yeah.
I feel like it should have been called Lord of Illusions or something. It's like now, Mike, you want to say anything? If you want to chime in on this, or
You know, I like it. You know, I'm not a huge fan, so I didn't read the books. But from like, I don't watch it religiously. Like I turn it on every now and then when I want to watch something. But I enjoy it like I watched Willow.
yeah,
It kept my attention. I think the episodes are just long enough you get hooked in the beginning. It's story, action, and then you end up, and it is just long enough to keep your attention, to tell you an interesting story, and then to say, to be continued.
yeah.
And you're not sitting there for like 3 hours watching, oh, okay, this is enough. Click. It just right blend of action and comedy and story and
Yeah.
everything else. It works.
I only got through the first 2 books. I never read any further than that. So I know I'm not like as adept as a lot of other people are when it comes to it. But I will say, like, you could tell there were changes that were being made on because the writer of the books was also the writer of the series.
Yeah.
which
Riordan.
can be
A benefit,
a benefit because he knows the characters and he knows how to change it to adapt to.
But it can also be a hindrance at
it-
times as well.
without a doubt.
He did
Because-
like J.K. Rowling. He wanted to make sure the book and the story stayed the same. He
Right.
stayed with it. It's like also, I don't know if everybody.
Well, I don't want to give
realizes-
J.K. Rowling too much credit,
No.
considering the fact that she made changes after the fact, but it was more like towards people's gender or their sexuality, where it was like,
Yeah.
really, like, it's like you wrote it the way you wrote it,
And then
stop
you're
trying.
catering to people.
You're catering, but then you're going to talk shit about the people you're trying to cater to.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
You can't have it both ways. Pick something and stick with it.
Yeah.
But even also,
Things were made in the time,
Yeah.
and sometimes it just needs to reflect that, which I like was one of the things I think that they did with Disney for some of the older stuff, where they've just been like, we're leaving it alone, we're not changing, but we'll put a content warning up to let you know, like, hey, this was done at this time, we're not changing the story.
If you don't like it, change the channel.
But just understand that there were historical context of this was made at a time when beliefs were like so. Mm-hmm. So,
I mean, he also, if you remember, Michael Crichton had come out the same time, Jurassic Park and Rising Sun. He was very happy with Jurassic Park. Very disappointed with Rising Sun.
Yeah, we'll get into that later because that's another topic I want to hit on. But looking at that cast, looking at that story, you're like, this could be awesome, and you're watching it like, the fuck am I watching?
Yeah. Now, because we just lost Carl Weathers, and we did mention the Mandalorian and Grogu movie, you know, it's going to be interesting to see how they change over, because his character was one of Mando's friends. So, are they going to replace?
No,
like
if they were smart, they won't replace.
They just won't mention him.
No, they can mention him, but okay, if let's just say this takes place, argument's sake, 3-4 years after the last episode of The Mandalorian.
Well, this is basically a replacement for season 4 that we're not getting, even though I feel like season 3 was season 4 because the Book of Fett kind of felt like it really was the Mandalorian season 3.
But what you can do, you just say something. Okay, he went here, and maybe the story is okay. They're going after the person who killed him.
Yeah.
You know, okay, he went to go like they did with Gina Carano. She went somewhere else, and they just she's over here doing Cara Dune things. Yeah, she's Marshall Dune over here now.
Yeah, while she's suing.
While she's suing them. Yeah, but you know, if they should do it right and give him like homage and say, okay, he passed away in real life. Okay, well he went here. He went to go settle this. And there was a fight, and he went out and make him go out in a blaze of glory.
Yeah.
And that could be like maybe the focal point of the movie. They're trying to get revenge on whoever killed his character.
Yeah. Now, the thing is, we put on our list for this week as an homage to cover, so we did Predator. You know, there were plenty. Carl Weathers had such a prolific list of movies he's been in. But I wanted to pick a movie that,
other than Rocky,
Action Jackson,
yes,
although that definitely was a thought.
He was wasn't he in Bridge over the River Kwai, or was that Jim Brown?
No, he was in the Force 10 of Navarone.
Force 10 of Navarone.
Yeah. So I mean,
Jim Brown was in the Dirty Dozen.
Yeah. Carl Weathers,
and he was also in.
Back on track, guys. Let's get back on track. But Carl Weathers, like, it was a significant character for Predator.
Yes.
So. You know, there were plenty of other options, but Predator...
You son of a bitch.
Yeah. It's one of those things where, you know what, you see Arnold's bicep and you see Carl Weathers. And it was like, damn.
Yeah,
like,
almost at the same size.
Yeah, those guys were both jacked at the time.
Yes.
Like, it felt 100% 80s action movie. And it also felt like probably one of the moments of the biggest waste of ammo I have ever seen in a movie.
Oh yeah, when they're blowing up after Jesse Ventura got blown out, they blow up an entire forest.
Yeah,
and they don't hit a fucking thing.
There's a minigun that's still going after they've all reloaded and reloaded a second time. I'm like, if you were looking for something, what was that, Jimmy?
Fortune Dane. I was trying to figure out what the TV show was.
Okay.
That he did before Predator.
But yeah, he had such a prolific career, and Carl Weathers with Schwarzenegger, it was like the chemistry on screen was great. I mean, all of the characters, but they didn't give them a lot to work with.
But it made it work.
Yeah.
That was one of those rare occasions of catching lightning in a bottle.
The only issue I had was the audio engineering for that, because there were times when you could not hear them. Like, they're in the chopper, you got the music playing. The music was too loud that you could not hear them in the conversations that they were having. Although, you know, Carl Weathers, that's a filthy habit. With Ventura spitting the chaw on his foot, it was like, ugh.
It's a real nasty habit.
Yeah. There were some great one-liners in there, you know, and the funny thing is, you know, because we brought up, like we talked about, we mentioned Joseph Quinn, there is a Stranger Things fan theory that Hopper actually didn't die there. He's actually the same Hopper that's in Stranger Things. Yes. in Predator.
Yes.
One of the guys, they find the dog tag
Yeah.
for a Hopper.
I thought it was Harper.
Hopper.
Well, the way he said it sounded like Harper, Jim Harper.
Yeah, well, that's the problem when you
Yeah.
let Schwarzenegger say certain
Yeah.
things, but it's
Like a good neighbor, stay over there.
yeah, but because it was Hopper. There's the fan theory going around that Hopper actually didn't die; he got out of there, and they didn't realize he basically became the sheriff of this town.
Well, yeah. Now that's Hopper, not Hopper.
Get to the hopper.
Get to the Hopper.
Yeah.
You are a backstabber. No. I'm a backstabber.
Yeah, you gotta love Schwarzenegger for a lot of things, but
Speaking of,
although I do have to say I did find it funny that one of the things that he wanted to do when he was the governor,
I am the governator.
yeah, was he wanted to make English the national language, and I'm like,
You can't even speak it.
when you speak it,
I'll speak.
okay, I speak it already, but do you?
Stay out of Disney World.
Listen, Schwarzenegger made him in that movie with Carl Weathers for Predator was absolutely revolutionary because it did set up with not a lot of dialogue. They managed to set up a franchise that is still continuing to this day.
Yeah.
And they've spaced it out pretty well that when a new movie does come out, you're actually excited about seeing it rather than, oh my God, another one.
Predator 2 was okay. Predators versus Alien, the first one in Antarctica, I was like, I actually liked the second one in the small town better than the one in Antarctica.
See, I like the Antarctica one better because it was like, okay, the Predators are stupidly going and letting a Predator-alien hybrid go. Like, that's what they had to take on in the second one.
What really freaked me out in the second one when they're in the small town was when they go to the hospital and they're in the maternity ward, and you just see all the women with this super huge bellies.
Yeah.
I was like, that just freaked me the fuck out.
Well, the fact that at least he wasn't willing to kill pregnant women was
a plus.
Yeah. But no, even Predators, The Predator, Prey.
I haven't seen Prey yet.
Prey is actually really
That's
good.
the one when they're in with American Indians.
Yeah,
right?
the Native Americans. And the thing is, it kind of ties into Predator 2.
Really?
Yep, there's a thing with a gun.
Oh, right. When he tosses them the gun at the end, it's
Yeah.
like the flintlock from Captain Kidd or whatever.
Yeah, no, it wasn't real, but it's a flintlock from way back when, and they're using the flintlock guns and stuff along with the Native American weaponry for Prey, which worked really well.
Speaking of Predator 2, at the end when you see all the skulls in the ship, did you notice the alien skull that they had in there?
Oh yeah, there were certain things that were plans that you could always tell. It was Jason Goes to Hell. The very end, because it was now under New Line, they were able to have the Freddy glove come up out of the ground and pull the mask underground to basically pull him to hell.
I actually liked that. I thought that was a cool little touch.
Oh yeah, and then we end up getting Jason X, and
Jason goes to space.
Which I have to say, I didn't hate it as much as a lot of people did.
I laughed a lot.
Oh, it was so fun. I mean, especially when they've got him in the
hologram, the holodeck,
and he picks up the sleeping bag. I'm like, oh, that was such a throwback.
Let's have premarital sex. No, and he just smashes him against a tree.
Yeah,
the weed whacker.
Oh yeah,
chainsaw blade.
I wasn't a fan of the new mask.
It reminded me. Remember the Mighty Ducks cartoon?
Yes,
that's what it reminded. It reminded me of the Mighty Ducks cartoon without the bill. If you chop the bill off the Mighty Ducks cartoon mask, that's what Jason X looked like.
Which is fun. I did get to meet Ian Ziering at a Chiller Theater one year, and I mentioned Mighty Ducks to him because
he did one of the voices.
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
He was the main one. He was the goalie. He was.
I remember I remember the cartoon, but I don't remember what they sounded like.
Ian Ziering is the leader of the Mighty Ducks in the Mighty Ducks cartoon.
And then he went off to do Sharknado.
Hey, you know what? You
Leave
don't
that
like those
franchise
movies.
alone.
You may not like them, but those movies are so much fun.
They're so stupid. That's what makes them fun. They're so stupid.
Now, you want to say stupid movies. So, Jimmy, I gave you a movie to watch. I gave Mike a movie to watch from 2014, The Knights of Badassdom. And I knew it was going to give Mike like palpitations.
No,
and,
it
like,
was. It didn't give me palpitations. It was. I'm watching it and I'm like, why am I enjoying this so much?
See, and that's why I said you should be watching more lower budget films. They don't get the credit that they deserve.
No, they don't get the credit that they deserve. But just, I mean, I want to know
Full
what their budget
corner.
what their budget was, because Peter Dinklage, he had to get. I mean,
Yeah.
even though this was pre Game of Thrones,
you
he
had
need to get some serious coin.
the two big names that were in this were Peter Dinklage and Summer Glau.
And Steven Zahn.
Yes, but not as big as Summer
No,
Glau
not as
at
big
that
as Summer
time.
Glau, but it would be Dinklage, Glau, Vaughn.
Yeah, but still, it's like it Dinklage and Summer Glau. They made that movie.
Oh, without a doubt. It had a little bit of a feel of Evil Dead in there a little bit. It had a little bit of that feel. I was waiting for somebody to go groovy.
Well, you've got the demon.
Yep.
So you've got the spell book and
Yep.
everything. You've got everybody LARPing their live action role play of their D&D style game.
I just liked how Dinklage was like, everyone was like, oh, this is, even when shit was going on, they were all like, oh my God, what's going on? And Dinklage just stayed in character. He just stayed in that D&D role.
He stayed in that role and was high as fuck.
I wonder if he was when he was shooting it.
I wouldn't be surprised, but I mean, Dinklage has done some amazing stuff.
He is an amazing actor.
And this is one of those movies.
Where you went, what?
I was so excited to see what he was going to do with this. And the fact that he was like tripping on shrooms. I'm like, oh, this is great.
It's funny to see a serious actor in a stupid movie playing it seriously.
Well,
They lived in a castle house.
yeah, well,
that was shaped like a castle.
wasn't he also in Pixels, though?
Yes.
Yeah, so it's like, I don't know if you'd call him a serious actor so much as I call Dinklage a great actor.
He's a great actor.
I can't just say
I've seen him in some
serious.
very serious roles.
Oh, he's done serious,
Yeah.
but when you let him be funny,
That's even better.
oh,
When he was an elf. Call me an elf again.
Yeah.
And he gets up, runs across the table
Beats
and
the
just
crap
beats
out
the
of
shit out of
yeah.
him.
But the fact that this movie, Knights of Badassdom, flew under the radar.
Yes.
It is available to watch on Amazon Prime.
Yes.
And it's one of the free movies you can watch on Amazon Prime, unless they've changed your plan over and
Yeah.
now you get commercials. But it's still free.
I'd watch it again.
Oh, see, there we go. That is an actual
a seal of
review.
approval.
Yeah,
I'd watch it again.
When Mike is willing to say that he would see it again.
Yes. It was a fun movie. And like, when you tell me to watch something for the show, it's like doing homework. Okay?
But I try to pick fun
I
homework.
know, but it's still homework. And no one really enjoys doing homework.
There are some
You got-
people that enjoy doing homework.
And those are psychopaths. As Jimmy goes, I like homework.
He's about to.
He was about to
He
say.
really was.
He was about to say. He leaned
The
in.
seal of approval is sponsored by King Hamster Pellet Productions. Don't forget, the first 2 weeks of March, the Murder on the
where'd you
Orient
go with this?
Express.
He's giving you.
Yeah, I
a
know, but the way he
plug.
At the
said it, I
Victory
was like,
Theater.
huh?
I know. It's.
Buy your tickets now before they get sold out. Choo choo!
I was
If
wondering
I-
where he went with that.
if Mike would have given me an actual like script to read for a commercial, a simple script, a paragraph at most, to plug your show that you are directing.
I'd do it. I'll write it. I'll give it to you.
Oh no, well you're gonna have to do that for the next one because by the time this one comes out, we're gonna be past the actual production.
It's 2 weeks.
Yeah, and in 2 weeks you won't be able to be on the next episode.
Yes, but we're running 2 weekends, so I won't
Yeah.
be on the next one. But you can plug it and say show up for the next one.
All right, so you do that.
If Woody had gone to the police this would never have happened.
Because then you'll actually get me in shill mode, where you can reach out to us at dragoonslayerpodcast@gmail.com. That's dragoonslayerpodcast@gmail.com. Dragoon is spelled with 2 O's. That's dragoonslayerpodcast@gmail.com. Remember, send your emails and tell comments, concerns for Mike's well-being. There are many.
Send him a new fidget spinner.
Yes, I throw mine at Jimmy.
That Jimmy
He just gave a Ninja Star.
We got to thank Jimmy, because now Mike has not been fiddling around with the mic because he has
something else in my hands. Fidget spinner. Look, no fidget spinner. I'm trying to keep this at least a PG-13.
Yeah.
Not going for the NC-17 just yet.
Well, thankfully, also it's not like you're shoving food in your mouth and then we can't understand what you're saying. But no, we've had fun.
We had fun. Can I?
Go ahead.
Okay, now, I said this to you, and you said we covered this once before.
We've done it before, but...
Now, Jimmy, my question to you. Films that looked good, that when you watched it, went no. Like, I watched it the other day, The A-Team. The A-Team film. When you look at who's in it, Bradley Cooper, Liam Neeson, Patrick Wilson,
Shara
Copley, Quentin Rampage Jackson. Just looking at those guys as the A-Team. The only
John Hamm,
he showed up at the end. Jessica Biel. Looking at the characters who played the A-Team. Cooper, Rampage, Copley, Nielsen. You're like, only question mark I had at the time was Copley, because I didn't know him. And I was like, everybody else was spot on. But now when people said the film bombed because it didn't make enough to warrant a sequel. It barely made its budget back. Do you have any movies like that where it looked good, the premise seemed good, but when you watched it, you're like, no?
One movie I thought that was pretty good that should have made was Inner Space.
Another good one.
That's another good one. Mm-hmm. That one should have made it. And that's about it at the moment. I will tell you that.
Yeah, I know. I kind of threw it at you at left field because I was watching.
No, that's pretty good because I was on this week too.
Yeah, I was watching.
Oh, he was 18. In District 9, Charlotte Copley.
Yeah, Charlotte Copley. No, I thought it was after that.
No, this was before it.
18 was before?
18 was after.
He's on IMDb right now, so he's going through.
And he was also in, what was it, Snow White and the Huntsman? He played...
Yes.
No. He was in Maleficent.
He played the king.
He played the father, yes. But, again, that is a movie where it should have done better than it did.
Most of the movies that I watch are movies that should have done better than they actually did.
I think if the A-Team was released on Netflix as a Netflix film or a streaming film, it would have done a lot better.
Oh, well, that's typically the thing right now, where if something comes out streaming, it's going to more than likely do better. In all honesty, like Madam Web, I wouldn't recommend anyone pay to see it in the theater. You want to see it, rent it when it comes out on Prime in, I don't know,
a week,
maybe,
or it'll be out tomorrow. People
by the middle of March, I can almost suspect it'll be on rental.
Oh, without a doubt.
Because we've moved into the age that Spaceballs is real.
Direct video.
Yeah. During the pandemic, we did have movies
instant
that were...
cassettes.
Yeah, it virtually was instant cassette, because you could stream certain things that were in the movie theater at the same time.
Yep.
Now, they're doing that less, but in all honesty, the theater-going experience isn't what it used to be.
No. It's not, which is sad because it used to be great going to a film.
Oh, yeah.
And this has been going on, from what I've seen, even before the pandemic. This went on with Alice in Wonderland.
Listen, the movie-going experience for theaters changed for me when cell phones became full-on smartphones where it's a screen.
Yeah.
Because someone's opening up their phone, every now and then when cell phones first came out, you would get the annoying idiot that their phone would go off during the movie. Mm-hmm. But now people are taking photos of themselves in the movie theater while the movie's playing. It's like you got to prove that you're there.
Look, it's me and Bradley Cooper.
Enjoy the fucking experience.
Yeah.
When people were watching the Taylor Swift concert, you see all the footage, and the footage is primarily people holding up their cell phone to record, so they're watching it through their phone. Mike and I saw that during our time seeing Steel Panther. You had so many people that were there on the floor.
With their phones up.
We're taking a few photos and a couple quick videos. They're doing the whole fucking concert.
Like, I usually, like, when I take pictures, I take them in groups of 3. So I see something cool, and I'm like, boom, boom, boom. So my phone's up for maybe 10, 15 seconds.
Yeah.
Granted, I took a shit ton of pictures that night, but, you know, I didn't record the entire show.
Yeah, and that's the thing. There's too many people nowadays where that's their whole thing.
Yeah.
Is record everything. You know, there's so many people recording everything that's going on, but they're missing the moment live and through their own eyes.
I recently went to AMC, and they had they did a Queen concert from Montreal in IMAX. And it was amazing just watching it, because you really felt like you were watching like you were there, like you were watching, but you felt like you were
I got
like
that from
there.
my parents for Christmas for them to see that.
And it was amazing because it was cool, like you were really watching the concert live. But, you know, every now and then I would look around the theater that I was in, and granted there weren't a lot of people, but no one had their cell phones out.
Yeah.
And nobody was taking pictures. It was like, this is awesome. Just people here enjoying great music in the moment. And, you know, that's why I like going to Alamo sometimes when they show the older films, because you know you're going to be sitting there. Like, I went to go see They Live.
Yep. Great movie.
Yep.
Great movie. And the theater was packed, and not one person had their cell phone out.
Well, they also put the policy at the Alamo, no texting, no talking, you will be thrown out.
But still, you know, you're going to get some idiot who's
There's
going to do it. But
someone will press the button.
even when I went there to see the Iron Claw, not one person did it.
And that's the thing. But that's also when you have a movie theater that's willing to enforce the policy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because unfortunately, you know, putting the M&Ms up there on the screen,
Doesn't
doing
do
a
it
commercial,
anymore.
telling people to turn off their cell phones and put shit in airplane mode. No, people don't know how not to. And I had to try to talk over Mike cracking his fingers there.
What's left of them?
Yeah, you're missing one there, pal.
Not the important one.
Actually, that was the important one. You can't point things out correctly.
I can't get in trouble for doing it this way either, folks.
No, but
We don't want to know where that's been either.
You know, I'm a movie purist when it comes to going to the movie theater, and I want to enjoy the movie.
Yes.
But I also will turn my phone into airplane mode. I will not look at it. I don't even I barely like to even look at my watch during a movie. But nowadays it's so fucking long that you don't feel like you have much of a choice. But too many people feel like it's okay to talk during the movie. If I'm on a date at the movie theater, I want to be able to talk to you about it afterward. Let's engulf ourselves in the experience and be able to remember what the fuck you just saw, not have to go, oh, who is this? Or somebody going and having to check their phone to look up who the actor is in there.
When I went to go see the Iron Claw, I went with a group of people, and one person who shall remain nameless was yapping. And, you know, so after the film was over, we all hanging out in the hallway, people went to the bathroom or whatever. So I asked one of the guys, I was like, oh, what'd you think about it? And he goes, I liked it. He goes, I would have liked it, as he looked towards this person, he goes, I would have liked it a lot more if someone wasn't talking to me the entire time. I was like,
thank you. I have literally stopped going to the movie theater with certain people because they do not understand. Shut the hell up during
I've had
the
to
movie.
deal with some certain person.
Although there has been certain movies where people talking have actually enhanced the film.
Oh, absolutely.
When I saw Sahara in theater.
Oh God!
I saw Sahara. Honestly, it's not a bad film. It's not a bad film.
It's not a bad film, but still.
Still, I mean, there are parts in it, like when they blow up the boat. Like, we're going to do a Panama. When were you in Panama? We weren't. Why'd you call it in? Because we thought we were in Panama. It's funny as shit. But, you know, me and Danny, of course, were being ball busters.
Other Danny, not
Danny pull up me. Like, you know, World Health Organization. Like, who's here? That's right.
Yeah.
And you have Matthew McConaughey. All right.
Yeah, there are certain movies that there were experience that did enhance. I will say, like, I bought, what was it? Halloween movies on DVD, and I got free tickets to go to the movies. My buddy Russell, which you guys know, my buddy Russell and our friend Marty at the time, we all went to go see the movie because I had 3 free passes.
What movie?
Halloween, the Rob Zombie one.
Okay.
Yes, free passes and Russell.
Yes. So we went.
No, we know the story.
Yeah, but we went and we were watching the movie, and these girls behind us were making some comments that were actually funny. If you're gonna talk during the movie,
make it interesting.
Make it
be
count.
funny.
See, I had the exact opposite.
Yeah.
When I was dating this one girl, and she wanted to go see Enough with Jennifer Lopez. And I was like, yeah, exactly. I'm like, why are you
might as well just watch the Dunkin' commercial.
I should have just watched the Dunkin'. I'm like,
Brady, you could stay.
Yeah, I was like, all right. I go, maybe this will lead to something afterwards. It didn't. Yeah.
Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed.
I got to do it for Mike because he can't cross both fingers.
No, I can't. I got the pinky going. Spoiler alert, it didn't happen. But anyway.
Gee, you think?
Yeah. So there were these 2 older women behind us. And I didn't want to be there in the first place. And if you never saw the movie Enough, it's about Jennifer Lopez with the Rocketeer. And
it's enough.
Just Jennifer Lopez Williams.
Yeah,
that's where he abuses her, and these 2 women sit behind me. I'm like, I'm really relating to the abuser right now because I want to go back to him and beat the shit out of him. Not that I condone that, but if you were in my spot at that point in time, you'd do it too. So, Pauline, if you're listening, I'm sorry. So they're talking throughout the like, oh my God, did they do that? Oh my God, I wouldn't do that.
You bastard!
Yes. I would have done at one point, towards the end of the movie, I just snapped. And one woman goes, oh my God, I couldn't. And I turned around and I looked at the 2 of them and I go, could you please try? I go, for me? And they go, I'm like, yes.
It's like, clearly I can hear you.
Yes. Like, where'd you learn to whisper in a fucking helicopter?
That was like when I went to see Stephen King's It,
the original?
Part 1.
Oh, the remake.
Because remember, the original was a made-for-TV movie. So I went, I saw Part 1. I saw it in the theater, and I'm sitting there watching it, and I knew I was going to have trouble with the couple sitting next to me, because you pay for your seat. You're picking your seat.
And they picked
there was plenty of empty seats. They chose to sit next to me. I knew...
Who would have wanted to sit next to Danny?
Trust me, I knew it was a... Yeah, exactly. I knew it was a bad thing immediately when the...
What the fuck?
He couldn't fidget with the spinner.
Fidget the spinner, so I jumped out of my hands. Keep going.
I'm sorry, folks. I got him this.
So I knew it was going to be bad the second that they went and they reclined the chairs and her cell phone comes out.
Whoops.
And she starts taking pictures. And I'm like, oh, this is going to be bad.
Yep.
The movie's going on. She's talking. And she keeps asking questions. And she's talking. This guy's phone goes off. And at least he had the common decency to get up and walk out of the movie theater to answer his call. So I'll give him credit for that.
Some people need to be on call. That's fine.
She, on the other hand, kept asking questions. I unfortunately had to get up and go to the bathroom. So I got, because that movie was just long. Too long for the theater. I come back and I'm sitting there where you've got about 30 minutes left in the movie. Because I had to look at my watch because I saw the runtime before the movie started. And I'm like, okay. She's talking, and at one point I finally snapped and said, would you please shut the fuck up? It took the guy a minute to register that I told him to shut the fuck up.
And then, but he was probably thinking, yes, at least someone else told him to do that.
No, because the dumbass decided to then turn and ask me, excuse me, did you just tell us to shut the fuck up? Now, anyone who knows me knows I'm gonna be honest. I'm not going to hide the fact. I don't care if you want to fight me or not. It was, and
Was this before or after the surgery?
before.
Oh, okay. So he can still move at that point.
And I still would do it to this day.
No.
I'd get my ass beat, but
But at least now,
it'd
at
be
least
worth it.
then, it was like, okay, I'm going to kick your ass. At least now you might have a fighting chance.
Yeah, now he might have.
Now, like I said, now
Yeah.
he might have a fighting chance.
Yeah, no. So he's like trying to stare me down, and I looked at him and I'm like, "You chose to sit next to me. I was here before you. I paid for my seat. You can fucking move." I refuse to look. I'm like, "You are ruining the movie for everyone because you won't shut the fuck up. Show some decency and move and leave."
Yeah.
He looked like he wanted to fight, but his girlfriend like tapped him on the shoulder. They got up and they moved.
What a good bunch of little...
Yeah, he was a good little bitch.
And for the rest of the movie, Danny was like, I couldn't have done that sooner.
Yeah, I really wish I would have done that sooner. But I then had to go and see the movie again because all the things I missed from her talking.
And going to the bathroom.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, going to the bathroom was one thing for a sequence.
Right.
But all the other little details I was missing because they wouldn't stop talking.
Now,
That was a problem.
Now, speaking of it, I don't know if this was a fan-made poster, but supposedly they're making another one,
They're making a prequel.
and it's called...
Pennywise.
yeah.
I heard it was called something different. Like, what was the town that they were in?
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Trying to remember.
Yeah, and if I look it up now, I'll
Yeah.
find it. But
Don't even worry about
yeah,
it.
it's like you see Pennywise in this. The poster is Pennywise in the street holding the balloon, and it was like, "Welcome to whatever the name of the town was."
Yeah, Derry.
Derry. That's what it was.
Yes. Welcome to Derry.
Welcome to Derry.
Derry, Maine.
Because that's where he made basically
Everything is
the
in
north
Maine.
in New England.
Yeah. But this,
was Stephen King.
yeah, I don't know how I feel about a prequel movie for that. However,
It could work.
it could. There's a lot of things that could work.
Now, before we wrap things up,
Oh, we've got two things.
okay.
I've got two trailers that we're going to react to
Okay.
before.
Good.
Mike should have known because I went.
Well, you didn't list it.
Oh no, I didn't list because
Nope.
I need to keep a few surprises and things.
Surprise.
I hooked up a second screen so that I could turn it around for you guys.
Isn't he so thoughtful?
Yes, I know. I am so thoughtful. I try. I try.
It tries very much.
I try a lot. Not as much as I probably should.
Yeah.
So we're gonna start with the Deadpool Wolverine trailer.
Before we get going, after the first one dropped, did you see what Jackman did on X?
No.
Well, the title of the film is Deadpool and Wolverine.
Yeah.
He put the caption over. He goes, fixed it, and then he put down Wolverine and asshole.
Yes.
Well, it's nice that they would still keep their long running streak going.
Which is fine.
Yeah. So let's see if we can get this to go through. Come on.
Oh, they have Dogpool.
Yeah.
Derpender.
Yeah. I'm trying to switch over for a different image because I can never tell which one. Yeah. Deadpool with a wig is funny
It's
to me.
hysterical.
Focus, Jimmy. Focus.
Oh, I've already seen the trailer.
Yeah, so go full screen.
Yeah, go full screen for Mike.
I've seen it like 4 or 5 times. and it
I
keeps
know,
getting
this
better.
is hysterical.
Hit full screen. There we go.
This is Disney now, folks.
Typing isn't new for you, Shadow, but it is for Disney.
They step on the freaking wig. $1.99 at Kmart.
I am Marvel Jesus.
Oh, no, I was awake. I saw it myself. I was awake.
I was unconscious.
The fact that they're using the TVA,
Which is great.
yeah.
I like about when you see like the Fox studio,
Yeah.
20th Century Fox in the background.
Yeah. The only thing that I think could make this work even better is if in the TVA stuff, you have Tara Strong back as Miss Minutes.
This minutes.
Yes.
Marvin.
And here comes the lovely. Look at her. What are you, John Travolta?
Yes.
Better than.
He should be.
Yeah, the
Did you
Fox
notice-
logo in the background.
But did you notice maybe possibly the same Doctor Doom?
Yeah, possibly.
Right there.
It looks like
It looks like Doctor Doom.
could be, but you know.
Don't just stand there, you ape. Help me up. I'm good. I'm good.
Notice the comic book in the corner there?
Wait.
Wait
I'm good.
for it.
I'm good.
You'll just stand there, you ape. Give me a hand up.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much.
We all know Wolverine's in it.
Yep.
I think
The fact that
the fact that the less they show of Wolverine in the trailer, the better, because it'll make you wonder how. You know he's going to be in the entire thing, but when does he show up? What type of role does he play?
Yep.
That is the one thing that I think they screwed up with when they did Ghostbusters Afterlife. Because they were saying we're sending it around this new group and everything else, and you didn't know if the originals were coming back. And when you heard Venkman's voice in the trailer going, "Did you miss us?" Yes, spoilers don't bother me, but at that point I was a little crestfallen. I was like, you should have kept that
hang
a
on.
secret. Yes, and this is another one I saw. Awesome.
I
I
love it.
figured
I
you
love
were
it.
going to want to touch on this one, but Jimmy wanted to touch on this one too.
Yeah.
I love the fact that they started off on the old big TVs.
I don't really remember him dying at the end. Xavier.
Well, he left, I think, with the Shi'ar.
Yes.
So he was dying.
But I don't think you ever saw him die.
No, I'm not a huge fan of how the animation looks a little different. I would have liked if they would have kept it back in the 90s
style.
Yeah.
Yes,
It's
but
similar,
it's
but-
similar. It's like it's upgraded, which isn't horrible. And the voices sound the same, but not all of them are the same.
No.
Wolverine does not sound the same.
No.
Jeez, Bob, keep buzzing in my ear.
Yeah.
Yep.
It sounds
Storm
the same.
and Cyclops, yes.
Yes.
Beast is back, because I looked it up.
Yes.
Beast
Yeah.
is back.
But that one, it was like, nope. It's like the one you really want is Wolverine.
Yeah.
And they bring in, oh, this is the best of
Yeah.
the lit claws. Thanks to Gambit Chat.
My X-Men.
Yeah, my X-Men. It's like
Bishop and Morph.
the fact that Bishop is there, like, it's impressive.
Magneto, the last will and testament of Charles.
Yep,
Xavier.
same voices.
Yeah, that one's the same.
Yep.
It's Wolverine it doesn't sound the same.
It's similar, but not the same. Like, when you first hear it, you're like, that's not it.
Oh yeah, no, that was like you could
That's
tell
not it.
that was not it at all.
But let me tell you,
I want to see it. I watch it.
Man, well, that's the thing. You know, it works for what it is. You know, it'll be nice to see like the series back, but at the same time, hopefully they'll do it the right way.
Yeah.
Because one of the things that happened and was a result from the show getting canceled was a lot of the writers had moved on to the last season of Gargoyles.
Yes.
That's why there was the Stone Smashers or whatever it was that were like they were supposed to be like the what was it? Humanity. What in X-Men? What was that group called? The Friends of Humanity.
Friends of Humanity.
Yeah. So the Stone Smashers were supposed to be like the Friends of Humanity.
I always hoped when they brought in when the X-Men cartoon had the original run, and you saw like Nightcrawler.
Quawa.
Nightcrawler.
Nightcrawler.
I'm Barbara Wawas.
I'm Baba Wapa.
Marriage is beautiful.
Nightcrawler.
See, this is what happens when you make fun of Arnold for too long.
Yeah, I know. He sucked his essence on me. Nightcrawler and some of the other
At
X-Men.
least this was his essence and not
everything else.
another child.
Yes. Like when they brought in other characters that aren't part of the X-Men team, like the Nightcrawler, you had Colossus, you had other ones. I always kind of hoped that they would make him join, because it would make it a lot more interesting. So you're not just having that one core group. Because let's face it, Jubilee, every other episode, she had to get rescued. She was kind of useless.
The thing is, Jubilee was a much better character in the comics.
Yes, in the comic books, 100% better. In the cartoon, she had to be rescued every other day.
Well, she was also supposed to be like the audience surrogate for the most part.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I'm definitely looking forward to Deadpool and Wolverine. Mm-hmm. That one is definitely something I will go to the theater to see. Although I am sitting there very worried because after, like we just said, about the movie-going experience.
You got to go to the Alamo.
Or you go with a group of friends and we'll take up the entire row and you'll worry about it.
It's not just the row. It's
everybody around you, but still.
All right, we'll put Doug with you and I'll sit in the middle.
Even though he won't talk, but no.
Just no to Doug? What?
He's next to you. He can hold your hand, Jimmy.
No. No, my wife will run him over.
She got one hand, you get the other. That's all.
But no, so I mean, we've had a good run on everything that we're going to be talking about. You know, we've got a couple things planned down the line because one, Mike's got his performance that his play that he's producing. So Mike,
I'm not producing, I'm directing it.
Producing, blah 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 blah.
Yeah, I don't have the money to produce shit.
Actually, you can produce shit.
I don't. That's the only. I don't pay for it though.
Yes, you do.
If I had to pay for it, I wouldn't be able to do it.
You do. You know, every time you go to the bathroom, you paid for the food that you ate, so you produce shit.
You have heartburn, indigestion, upset diarrhea.
And
now,
that plug for Pepto was not
sponsored.
Free plug.
Although we definitely are at an age group where we probably should have Pepto and Tums on hand. So if we could get a sponsorship from them, we're cool with that.
Hey, anybody who wants to give us money, I will not say no to.
Yeah, I'll gladly take like a year's supply of Pepto.
I'll take the money.
Tums.
Okay, so what were you saying?
No, so you've got your production coming up.
Yes, I do.
So you want to advertise that now?
Yes, I do. And if you want to come down, see the murder on the Orient Express and find out who did it, you have to buy your tickets. Where can you get tickets? Show Tix for You. That's show, TIX, the number 4, you.com. We're at the Little Victory Theater. Show opens Friday, March 1st, I believe. 2nd? We open Friday, March 2nd. We do Friday, Saturday, Sunday, 2, 3, 4. And then the following Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, 8, 9, and 10. The Friday and Saturday shows are at 8. Sunday shows are at 2. The Sunday shows are almost sold out. So if you want to get your tickets for Sunday, do it quickly. Friday and Saturday shows, we still got some available. Shut up.
Saturday?
Shatner Day.
It's Shatner Day.
That's when I watch my Star Trek. It's Shatner Day.
What is going on here?
Anyway. Saturday, as I sit here with these English scholars. Tickets are still available. Show Tix for You at the Little Victory Theater. Get them now.
Now, Jimmy, we had a new episode of We Are Family.
Yes, we did.
And I mean, it was an interesting episode. It wasn't the best out of all the ones I've seen.
We're lucky we didn't have a riot.
Although the Joey Fatone popping up was fun.
That was fun.
Yeah.
That was pretty good.
Yeah, I was just like, the guy was right though. His sister really does look like Joey Fatone on a woman, his face on a woman's body.
Which is sad. You know what's really sad? Like Billy Joel and Christy Brinkley. When your mother is Christy Brinkley and you look like your father. He has 2 daughters, and one of them, thank God, looks like Christy.
Oh, yeah.
But the other one, it looks like Billy Joel.
Rumor Willis looks like Demi more than she looks like Bruce.
Well,
and she's got more hair.
Hang on a second. Rumor Willis looks like Demi Moore on half of her face, and the other half looks like Bruce.
So if you're standing on one side, she's gorgeous.
No.
Oh my God.
It's like the Seinfeld episode.
It's actually more top and bottom.
Oh.
Yes. So
if you're shorter than she is, you're fine.
No,
if you're taller, oh my God.
Although she is a good actress, I have to give her credit where credit's due.
Yeah.
But yeah, so
special shout out to Kenny Smith on a great job there with him and his daughter.
Yeah,
which was nice.
We Are Family it wasn't the best episode, but it wasn't
the worst.
No.
But I'll tell you this though, I know,
not every episode of the season's going to be. Yeah, not every episode. Yeah,
including our star player, there, number 3. But
yeah.
I'm not talking about you, Cohen. I'm talking about her. Oh boy, that's why I said there was going to be a riot. But I'll tell you one thing: for us, the past few weeks we've been
On hiatus?
no. Besides being on hiatus, but we've also kept toe to toe with Chicago Fire to start.
Which is not easy to do.
No. And on top,
And now we have Abbott Elementary.
and you also have competition coming from Family Law on
Yeah.
the CW as well.
But we've been kicking their ass. Them, we're kicking their ass. Everybody else, we're keeping head above water, which is good.
Now, let me ask you this question. Argument's sake, it gets picked up for another season. Do you
Yes.
come back, or you have to go through the process again?
With the show, from what my friend Luis has been doing, he's been tracking how we've been doing with all the ratings and everything between the 18 to 49 crowd. Please keep pushing along and watching the show. Thank you. They show you colors. Dark green, you're getting renewed. Lighter green, you're not too bad. You can get renewed. Brown, yellow, you're in jeopardy.
The shit stain and the pee stain, you're in
Yep.
trouble. So
And
what
then
color?
red?
What color are you guys?
Green.
Good. So
We're in
again,
good.
you get picked up again. Do you have to re-audition again, or how does that work?
Actually, I think they are actually looking for the next season.
So you would have to audition again.
If we can, but I think they were looking for a fresher face.
Yeah, they're probably, I would assume, like for a game show / reality show like that, they're going to want to have a new
Well,
audience.
if they change up the format a little bit, do team captains. They give you a team captain.
Well, one thing I hope they do is
Well, that would be changing up team and adding teams, but for the most part, I mean, Jimmy's just sitting over there right behind Mama Doris.
Oh yeah, me on the left, Doctor on the right.
Yeah.
She was happy.
Mama Doris is funny. No, like she,
yeah.
I will say, she really is a highlight in even what I would consider the worst episode so far. She was still funny. So it's like I think she's funnier than her son.
Probably.
Yeah.
Because she don't care.
No, yeah,
No,
she's saying some crazy shit, but it's like.
Because she's sitting there like, I had a career. I had a job. I'm fine. This is fun. But Anthony's
I
sitting there
wanna
like,
go
this is
to
my
bingo.
job.
Oh yeah. No, she wanted to go to bingo, but the best was seeing Joey Fatone when they asked. It's like, would this be somebody who I'd have a picture of them over my bed, and it was like, yeah. And Joey Fatone then comes out and he's like, is this what it looked like over Mama Doris's bed? Like, like that was actually like
Funny.
fun. It was. That's why I said it wasn't the best episode. It was the worst one so far. I mean, but the show's been entertaining throughout each episode. So there's some good, there's some bad, but I mean, hopefully it does get renewed. But at the same time, it's like I can see how challenging it is, especially because you're not just trying to figure out, is it a musician or an actor
or a sports figure or a reality star.
The fact that you're getting reality stars and sports stars, I was not too happy when I saw the Alaskan.
The Alaskan?
You weren't happy?
Sarah Palin.
You weren't happy? Oh.
I was like, the voice is terrible. And it was,
Her cousin is her cousin was a great job.
cousin,
I love Friends in Low Places.
Yes,
That's
but-
one of my favorite songs.
yes, but
It's too bad it's not on iTunes. Garth.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
no, this was just like Sarah Palin being the celebrity in the spear. I'm like, no.
Oh no, believe me, I agree with you. I agree, and a few of my friends in the family, we will agree with you, because I've also said this.
I don't think politicians should be listed as celebrities.
No.
Now, if
And
they,
this is the second time that she's been picked up by the same producer. Remember,
Yeah.
she was on The Masked Singer.
now I would have preferred if it was Lisa Ann who played a version of
Yep.
Sarah Palin.
Or Tina Fey.
Or Tina Fey.
Yeah, I would have still preferred
He wanted
Lisa
the
Ann,
other one.
Lisa Ann.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because, who's nailing Palin? That was a question I think a lot of people were asking at the time, and now no one gives a shit.
Yep.
So, yeah, that one.
They're all a bunch of rebels themselves.
Yeah, but I will say,
Rebel Rouser.
Joey Fatone, the high point, the low point was Palin. So
Kenny was in the middle, and
Yeah.
that was too funny though.
Yeah, it was one of those things where you were just like, the episode, it worked, but not the way it probably should have.
Right. It worked, but not in the ways they planned.
Snooki is more of a celebrity than
Yeah.
Sarah Palin.
Yeah.
And Snooki was one of the final celebrities.
Kyle Richards is more of a celebrity now.
Yeah. And that's the thing. It's, We Are Family it's a fun show. It's a great concept. I just think it needed
Tweaking, little fine tuning.
And a tweak would be no politicians.
Yeah.
Because it's rough enough when you're not into sports and you're now trying to figure out who the sports athlete is because they're giving you clues that they're an athlete and not a musician
Right.
or a comedian or an actor.
To all the production staff, because I know you're listening, take notes. I know you're listening.
Then tell them to follow us, damn it.
Oh, they can. Oh, no, they are, but they won't list it fully.
Yeah. Well,
And on also a positive note, as everybody's seen before our show, Joel McHale has been subbing for Ken Jeong, and he will next week. And then on the 28th, Joel does 2
look,
We Are Family episodes.
the one thing I am truly looking forward to is seeing the Community movie.
Yes.
Yes.
That is what I'm truly looking forward to right now. I don't know when it's coming out, but when it does, that is something I will definitely be watching because I loved all 6 seasons of Community. Only one of those seasons just doesn't hit right, and that was the season that they didn't have Dan Harmon. That was the one season that you could tell felt really off.
Yeah.
And then they brought him back after, and it worked. It went right back to status quo because they also had now then gotten rid of Chevy Chase.
Yeah.
So it's just, it works better. And Joe McHale, though, is hilarious.
He's
Yeah.
always funny.
And
Between the soup, that,
I watched
Crime Scene
Starman.
Kitchen.
Did you see
Starman.
Yes.
He was Starman on Stargirl.
And
Oh,
he's
yes, he
also
was.
Luke Cage.
Yeah, I was gonna say, did you see the
Oh, I've been watching that. That's hysterical with him as the
Luke
voice.
Cage?
Johnny Cage?
Johnny Cage.
I was going to
Excuse
say,
me.
I was about
He
to
did
say.
Marvel.
Oh,
Mortal Kombat?
Mortal
Yeah,
Kombat.
Mortal Kombat, Johnny
Legends.
Cage.
And he played Johnny Cage,
Oh,
and I was
yeah.
like, if he was buffer, he could be in the movie.
I wasn't sure when that was coming to Max.
It's
so
out. I actually have the Blu-ray, and I watched it on the match. It's hysterical.
I've been watching it little by little.
I've already seen it and I loved it. I thought it worked perfectly as an entry point
Yep.
into Mortal Kombat, and I kind of wish that they did entry movies for each of the characters, especially since the game has reset itself
Yeah.
to Mortal Kombat 1.
I liked his assistant in there.
Oh, yeah. That guy was hilarious.
He was hilarious.
He felt like another Dopinder.
But it worked.
Oh, yeah.
It worked.
So, with that being said, we've had a great show so far, and
Nobody broke my balls once.
No,
No.
a little bit.
No.
You've been
It wasn't
fidgeting
breaking.
enough.
It wasn't breaking my balls. It was flicking.
It was the fidget spinner that
It was the
helped.
fidget spinner.
It helped.
Fidgeting your cojones.
My huevos.
With that being said, Mike,
Yes.
give us your contacts and how they can reach out to you.
Okay, if you want to hit me up, you can follow me on Facebook at Michael Schiavo. Oddly enough, wow. If you want to follow us, thank you. I forgot.
Take two.
Take two. I forgot the fuck we were doing right now. If you want to follow the podcast, you can follow us at Instagram at the Dragoon's Lair Podcast.
On
Talking-
Instagram.
On it, I said on Instagram.
You said at.
On whatever. Instagram, the Instagram people, and on the Facebook. Same deal. You can follow us. Shut up, Dick. You can follow us. See, I don't need you to break my balls. I do it myself.
Shut up.
If I wanted it done right, I do it myself. Follow us Instagram, Facebook, Dragoon's Lair Podcast. You can follow my stuff, Hamster Pellet Productions, on Instagram and Facebook.
Jimmy.
Instagram, James H _ the fourth. James Haynes the fourth on Facebook. You can reach me at. Also, the Instagram is my threads. Okay? You can reach me on.
Brazzers.
No. Smoke.
Although that was free.
That was free.
For February.
For February, it was free. Valentine's
At least
Day.
for Valentine's Day.
You can reach me by Carrier Pigeon, Smoke Signals, the old nautical flags.
Pony Express.
Yes. James0925 on TikTok. And on Snapchat, you can reach me at the lovely James size 0925. Yes, I'm looking, making sure everything. I plug everything.
Yep, and you can find me, the Blue Dragoon himself, at Blue Dragoon 13 on TikTok, Instagram,
OnlyFans,
Threads. You can also find me on Discord, which you can get that link through the Twitch page, which I probably should do more with that, but I think we're saving that for a very special episode that we will go live for.
Oh.
But we're saving that for a special time. We need to make sure we have all the elements in place.
Later, but
Later.
not now.
Yes. But you can definitely find the link there to get to the Discord page, become part of the community. You can find me on YouTube, Blue Dragoon 13. Like, share, subscribe. Make sure you like the podcast on whatever platform you're listening to. And make sure you give us a review on iTunes or even on Spotify. The reviews help boost the show and let other people know about it.
I'm just going to throw this out there right now. If you boost the show, you give us positive reviews, I will promise that Doug will come over to your house and give you a great big hug.
A lot of talk there, big guy.
Don't forget, Wednesdays at 9 on Fox. We Are Family for the next 2 weeks. And stream it on Hulu the next day or your cable provider on demand.
And most importantly, you can send us your emails to reach out to us. Tell us how much you love us, how much you can't stand any of the topics that we're talking about and disagree with us.
Yes,
Give
please.
us your opinions.
Answer the polls.
Answer the polls on Spotify, but you can definitely email us at dragoonslayerpodcast@gmail.com. That's Dragoonslayer Podcast. Dragoon is spelled with 2 O's. That's dragoonslayerpodcast@gmail.com. So make sure you hit us up on the socials, follow us, show some support, like, share, subscribe. We appreciate all of you guys being out there. We want to send a special shout out and thank you to Taylor Swift for winning the Super Bowl.
Yes,
she
yes.
did an amazing job.
And
she was
Viva
only there for
Las
13 games this season. Just
she was the
13 games,
MVP.
and she won the whole damn
And
show.
she has more playoff appearances this decade than the Dallas Cowboys.
There you go. So congratulations, Taylor. We are here for you. We are enjoying this. Kansas City.
Taylor, can you repeat next year? Be the
Yep.
first three-peat
It-
Super Bowl champion?
Whoa. No. Don't say.
She
because
would be
then we
a
got to
two-
pay Pat Riley.
Besides, she would be a 3-time. She wouldn't be 3. It would be 2. Just 2.
Yeah.
Because remember, this was her first year watching football and going to the games.
Did you
And that
notice, though,
schmuck didn't propose.
When they first showed her, she had that top on and at the bottom of her tits were popping out. And then when they went back to it, she had a jacket on.
No, I didn't, but
Yeah.
I probably should have.
When she was chugging the beer or whatever the hell she was drinking, she had like this kind of, I don't know what the fuck it was, kind of like see-through top, and she had the bra on it, but her bottom of her tits were popping out.
And this
Lynn
is what
pointed
you
it
wear
out.
during a 13-hour flight.
Even Lynn pointed that out.
Yes, but do not go and besmirch Taylor. We do not want the Swifties mad at us.
Swifties,
I'm not
please
just-
go after Hamster Pellet
no,
himself.
I'm just saying
Swifties,
what I
send
just
all
saw.
your hate mail
No.
to Mike Chavo, care of the Dragoonslayer Podcast at gmail.com. That's Dragoonslayer Podcast. Dragoon is spelled with 2 O's. That's Dragoonslayer Podcast at gmail.com.
No,
Remember,
the Swifties can check it
the
out.
subject should be hate mail towards Mike.
But if you watch it, she did. The bottom of her boobs was sticking out. And then when they went back to her again, they made her put on a jacket.
It just doesn't stop,
That's
folks.
Nope, I don't.
I just also like to say one thing since you brought up Kansas City. We'd like to give a special reach and shout out to everybody out there. We're praying and we're pulling for you guys, all right? Please.
And thank you to those 2 gentlemen who tackled the assailant and kept him down until the proper authorities came over and took over.
So thank you guys for doing your jobs and keeping people safe. And our hearts go out to the injured and the families of those that didn't make it. And on that somber note, we want to take things out on a little upbeat moment. So with that being said, Mike, screw you.
You don't have to go home,
but you can't stay here. Now get out.
Peace.
Later.